In the heart of the vast savannah, where golden grasses sway and the sun paints the sky with brilliant hues, there lived a young woman named Amara. She was known throughout her village for her kindness, her wisdom, and her laughter that rang like a bell across the fields. Amara's spirit was free, much like the swirling winds that danced above the acacia trees, and her heart held a longing for something she could not yet name.
Amara's village nestled beside a great river, its waters shimmering beneath the gaze of the moon. It was here, one fateful morning, that she encountered a stranger. He was tall and strong, his eyes deep as the night, and his voice gentle yet resonant. His name was Kofi, a traveler from a distant land, who had come seeking the wisdom of the elders and the stories whispered in the wind. As Amara and Kofi met by the riverbank, an unspoken connection blossomed between them. Kofi was fascinated by Amara's tales of the land, the legends of the lion who guarded the moon, the songbirds who carried messages to the spirits, and the ancient baobab tree whose roots stretched into the dreams of all who slept nearby. Amara, in turn, found herself enchanted by Kofi's stories of his homeland, the mountains that touched the sky, the fireflies that lit his path at night, and the river spirits who whispered secrets to him when he was a child. Days turned into weeks, and the two grew closer with each passing sunrise. They wandered through the tall grasses, watched herds of elephants lumber across the plains, and listened to elders recount the old ways. Amara's laughter became a melody that Kofi carried in his heart, and Kofi's wisdom became a light that guided Amara's steps. But in every story, there are shadows. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Amara's father, Chief Makina, called her to his hut. He spoke of duty and tradition, of the promise she had made to the spirits to marry within her own people, so that the river would continue to flow and the crops would thrive. Amara's heart ached, torn between love and loyalty. She sought counsel from the oldest woman in the village, Nanaya, whose eyes had seen more seasons than anyone alive. Nanaya told Amara a secret. True love, the kind that withstands the fiercest storms, is a gift from the ancestors. It is not bound by borders or tradition, but rooted in respect, understanding, and courage. If your love brings harmony to the land, Nanaya whispered, the spirits will bless it, no matter where he comes from. Emboldened by Nanaya's words, Amara shared her heart with Kofi beneath the ancient baobab tree. They pledged their love, not just for each other, but for the land, for the people, for the stories that shaped them. Kofi vowed to honor Amara's traditions and to become a part of her world, while Amara promised to embrace the new dreams Kofi carried from his own homeland. Yet, the river spirits must be consulted. At dawn, Amara and Kofi walked to the riverbank, carrying offerings of fruit, honey, and palm wine. They sang the songs once taught by Amara's grandmother, voices mingling in the cool air. The river shimmered, and a gentle breeze swirled around them, whispering in a language only the heart could understand. Suddenly, a great fish leaped from the water, its scales gleaming in the sunlight. It was the river spirit, come to deliver its message. Love that is true flows like the river, the spirit intoned, finding its way around rocks, through valleys, and across distant lands. When hearts unite in honesty and respect, they nourish the earth as rain nourishes the grass. The villagers gathered, drawn by the miracle. Chief Makina gazed at his daughter and the traveler, the wisdom of the ancestors weighing upon him. He remembered his own youth, the dreams he had once held, and the sacrifices made for the good of the people. In that moment, he realized that the world was changing, and that the strongest traditions were those that grew and adapted, like the river itself. With a solemn nod, Chief Makina granted his blessing. Amara and Kofi's union was celebrated with days of music, dancing, and feasting beneath the stars. The elders spoke of the river spirit's blessing, and the young listened, hearts open to the lessons woven into the fabric of their lives. Amara and Kofi built their home beside the river, where every morning the sun bathed them in light, and every evening the moon watched over their dreams. Together, they tended the fields, told stories to the children, and honored the spirits of land and water. Their love became a bridge, connecting two worlds, two traditions, and two hearts. As seasons passed, Amara's laughter continued to ring across the savannah, a sign of joy and hope. Kofi's wisdom became part of the village's lore, teaching others that strength comes from unity and that love is the greatest story of all. Their children grew up learning the songs of both homelands, speaking the languages of both ancestors, and carrying forward the legacy of harmony. The river flowed on, its waters ever-changing, ever constant, reflecting the sky and the dreams of those who lived along its banks. Amara and Kofi's story became legend, told by fireside and beneath the great baobab, reminding all who heard it that love is not bounded by the lines drawn on the earth, but is a force that can heal, unite, and transform. So, in the heart of Africa, where the grasses sway and the winds carry secrets, the story of Amara and Kofi lives on. It is a story of courage, the courage to love beyond boundaries, to honor the past while embracing the future, and to trust that the spirits will guide those whose hearts beat as one. And as the sun sets over the savannah, their tale is whispered by the river, carried by the breeze, and remembered by all who believe in the power of love.